Hi guys, Carly, the anime athlete here. For my 100th video, I wanted to make a video that kind of explains my whole process of from where I was to where I've come in the last 6 months. For those of you that don't know, in December I got fired from my job. I had been streaming before that. I had probably been streaming for consistently about 4 months before I got fired from my job, and I knew that I wanted to go into streaming full time, but I was like, I gotta build up to a point where I can financially be able to just, quit my job and then go to full-time streaming. Unfortunately, that decision was made for me and I got fired instead of being able to quit my job before I was ready. I started looking for new jobs, but I really poured a lot of my heart and soul into streaming and making more content. I wasn't really prepared when it happened. Like I said, I knew it was something I wanted to do, but I wasn't prepared to start right then. So in January, I started streaming and doing content full time. And there's a lot of things that happened. In January, I lost my voice and I was sick a lot. I remember wanting to stream all day since I had time to now, but I was sick, so then I couldn't, and I was like, wow, this is finally happening. I can finally be a full-time streamer. Now I'm sick. That was kind of upsetting. But why don't we start with how far I've come just making content. So when I first started streaming full-time, I was kind of just waiting for things to happen. I had a schedule that I had set up. I had things that I wanted to do and I knew what games I wanted to play, but I didn't go into it with the mindset of I'm going to make this YouTube video, I'm going to make this some content. I was just kind of throwing stuff and waiting for it to happen. Where I was, I think that was fine. If you watched at the end of December / beginning of January, I did a video on setting goals and how to keep them. And that's something that I've done every year is make a goal sheet, so let me grab mine quick. So here's my goal sheet that I made in January for goals for the end of the year, and a lot of it revolved around content. When I made this in January, I had 254 Twitch followers, and now I'm almost at 500, so we've nearly doubled what we were at January. YouTube, I had 61 subs, and last I checked today, I'm at 265. So it's grown 200 subs in the past 6 months, but recently, in the last month or so, it's grown 60. So it's finally hitting a big upswing. Oh, I hit affiliate August 27th, so I hit Twitch affiliate August 27th of last year. The goal is still to hit Twitch partner by TwitchCon. I don't know if that's going to happen because right now my YouTube content is kind of where I'm pouring a lot of energy into because my YouTube is what is growing right now. So to build more off that, obviously anytime you ask a content creator, what can you do to start making things really take off? And almost all of them will tell you consistency is key. Yes, that is true, but I feel like there's a lot more to it than just staying consistent. So you can stream every night, but you need to consistently bring the energy that you need to bring. You can stream on a consistent scheduled basis, but failing to prepare is preparing to fail. If you don't have stuff planned, you're not gonna get good clips out of it. Obviously some clips are really great and funny when they're not planned. There's just random stuff that happens on stream. But if you go in thinking, I'm going to make this funny, I want this to be good content. If you go in with the mindset of, I'm going to go make something happen, instead of, oh, I'm just gonna play a game and hope something happens, that's two completely different things. So yes, be consistent, and honestly, that's hard, especially if you're working another job. It's hard to consistently stream every night or multiple times a week if you're working full time. For me, the consistency has come from posting YouTube shorts every single day. I knew I wanted my YouTube to grow, but I didn't really know how to do it. And like I said, when I would sit down to stream, I would just kind of stream. I didn't have content planned, I didn't have things planned. And if a stream went well, then I would make a YouTube video. But now recently, in the most recent months, almost every stream I do, I'm thinking, what can I do to make this better content? What can I do to make this more entertaining? Whether it's a couple of clips for TikTok or shorts or whatever, or if I make the whole VOD into a stream, I'm more conscious of how am I going to make this something that I can make in the content instead of just sitting and playing games. I feel like a lot of smaller streamers just kind of turn on a game and hope people show up and chat to talk to them, which I will admit, having active chatters or people that you're playing with makes it so much easier to stream for a longer period of time when you have people to talk to and you're not just talking to dead space. But that's still a very important thing to do. It's very important to know how to not just keep yourself entertained while you're streaming, but be entertaining to no one. That's a very hard thing to do, so if you can do that, congrats. Talk about anything. I've had people that are like, I don't have any active chatters, I have 1 or 2 average viewers, I don't know what to say. And it's literally say anything that comes to your head. Obviously don't make it anything inappropriate or bad or anything, but if you're sitting there playing a game and you're thinking about, oh, I have laundry to do, say that. Verbalize that inner voice. Just say anything, because if a new person comes into your chat and you're just sitting there not speaking, staring at a screen, they're not going to stick around. So at least talk to yourself, because then maybe as you're talking to yourself, someone will come in and also join in on your conversation. You could talk about the game you're playing. You could talk about your dogs. You could talk about your cats. You could talk about the day you had. You could talk about what you're going to make for dinner. You could talk about your weekend plans. Literally talk about anything. Like I said, it could be as simple as, oh my god, I haven't done my laundry in 2 weeks. I really need to get that done. I have this, this, and this, and this, this, and this. Like, just list them off. Don't complain, but like, again, just take that inner monologue and make it outer. If you know that you struggle to do that, ask people to go be with you. It's okay to ask your friends for help. And I know that's something that's hard to do with like literally anything in life. A big help came from my friend Spencer. It's actually Spencer's idea to make this video. But when I first started streaming, he was always in chat. He would always talk to me and always try to keep me like talking about something, because he knew that it's hard to do that. So get someone who will talk to you, whether there's someone from a completely different country, different time zone, whatever it is. It can be anyone. You just have to find someone that'll like sit there and talk with you. When I first started streaming, Spence was always there every single time. And now he still shows up, but he doesn't feel like he has to come to the stream to make sure that things are like going smoothly, because he knows that there's people there. Because we've built now a community, people will just hop in, which is what you want. You just want to build a community. The other thing is, I've talked to other streamers that have gotten like bigger over the years. I remember watching Cinna when she was still working her job, I remember when she hit YouTube partner and like all these other things, which was really awesome. And I remember messaging her and being like, you know, you're living the dream. What did you do? And she said the same thing. She's like, you know, there's the same thing of, you know, stay consistent, all these other things. But the thing that really stuck out to me that she said was have fun. And obviously that's like pretty obvious, but just do games that you like to play and just play with your friends. It doesn't matter if you're good. It doesn't matter if it's like a popular game. If you're having a fun time and you're laughing and having a great time with your friends, people will come to watch. And that's kind of where I put my focus, was just instead of, you know, being the best Dead by Daylight player, which I totally am not, or like doing the best in Genshin or Stardew, or like trying to be a really good gamer, that I just focused on having fun. Like if you're having fun, your content's gonna be better. People are gonna stay in your stream. People are gonna want to be around you because people want to be around fun people. So if you're having a good time, even if you're just messing around with your friends, that's really all you need. And honestly, that's been like the best piece of advice that I've gotten from anyone, because no one, like, it seems like an obvious thing, but no one just outright told me, just have fun with your friends. And the content and the followers will come after that. That's really all I started doing, was just playing with my friend. Another big thing that helped me, and I don't think this is something that everyone has to do, is I joined an organization. Late spring, I joined 5-9 Gaming, which is where a lot of people that I met came from. And that was nice because I found people that I can, you know, do other content with, people that liked playing the games I played, that were very into, you know, doing this full time. They weren't just doing Twitch and YouTube as a hobby. They wanted to be content creators. So I found like a circle of people who had very similar like goals and values that I had of what they wanted to become and what they wanted to do, which was very helpful. And like I said, I don't think that is something that you are required to do. I don't think you have to go out and find an org. You just have to find a community. When I was streaming in the fall, I remember organizing Hollow Stream, which was like a 6-hour kind of mini subathon of us playing horror games for Halloween. Half the people involved, I didn't know any of them. I remember just going through like Instagram and Twitter and looking up hashtags of the games that I planned to play and try to find smaller creators and message them and be like, hey, do you want to join this event? Not everyone responded. I had to send out a lot of messages, but people did respond. There were people that I didn't know, people from different countries, people that I had never played with before, but I watched their content and I kind of looked them up and was like, this would be a good person to play with. And so we got a team of, what was it, like 8 people to play. And like I said, a lot of us didn't know each other at all before we did this, and now we still all talk to each other. We don't always like play the same games, we don't always have time to be able to like be with each other, but we still hang out, we still like are in each other's discords, we'll still raid each other, stuff like that. That was like a tiny little community that I had found just by like looking up hashtags. I know you guys have all seen those hashtags, small streamers connect, small streamers, even just like if you're looking for someone to play Dead by Daylight with, search the Dead by Daylight hashtag on Twitter and go find a creator about your size, ask them if they want to play. Maybe watch their VODs first to make sure they kind of have the gameplay that you're kind of after. Are they hardcore? Are they more relaxed? Whatever you want to do, make sure they're kind of like in the realm of how you like to play, but go find people to play with. You can be a stranger. A lot of us already were. It's okay. That's how I first started making a couple of friends, was just like going and finding hashtags and finding people to play with. So go out there and like be proactive of trying to find people to play with, because then it will be more entertaining for your viewers, because you have someone else that you're talking to over a Discord call or have in your chat. You have someone else that you are interacting with, and that's going to make your life easier making more content. A big thing for me that has helped: YouTube Shorts. I've had a couple people ask me, are YouTube Shorts worth it? And I asked the same thing, and the answer is yes. YouTube Shorts is very worth it. I have found it much easier to grow my YouTube Shorts versus TikTok. My TikTok still has not taken off, but the video that I need you all to watch from Radstads, it says, don't post to TikTok until you watch this video. Literally everything that I do for all of my short form videos, I learned from Radstads. He is amazing. Go watch the video. I will link it down below. Well, most of it is centered to be around TikTok. Most of it has worked for me for YouTube Shorts and all my other short form videos, but the things that I learned from that worked for the other platforms. How the algorithm works, watch time, movement in your videos, the ratio of likes to views. Watch the video, it'll explain a lot of it, and it really helped a ton. That is what's really helped my YouTube Shorts take off, which has helped me get a lot of YouTube subs. I've gained 60 in the last month. So a lot of my most recent growth has been within the last month or two on YouTube. Because when I first had my goals with YouTube, I was like, I want to upload at least one video a month. And honestly, that just wasn't enough. So I started trying to work around more. I upload shorts daily now, which is good, which I know that's hard for a lot of people to do, but I upload shorts daily now, and I try to get one full video out a week. And focusing on those two things has made my streams more entertaining, because I'm focusing now on making entertaining content and not just gaming. But that's made my streams more entertaining, and it's made it easier for me to get content onto YouTube, because I'm thinking more about, okay, what should I do to make something now instead of just sitting and playing games. And if that's all you want to do, then that's great. If you just want to sit and play games and chill, that's fine. I'm more speaking on the terms of, if you're trying to get things to grow quickly, this is kind of where I've gone. Because there's people that like to stream as kind of a hobby, and then there's people that want to stream and do that forever. I want to do this as a full-time job. When I got fired and was looking for new jobs to take, or I had applied like probably 300 different places, didn't get any interviews. Finally, late spring, I had gotten a phone interview, and I had a first interview that went well, and we were scheduling the second one. But as we were scheduling the second interview, I just kind of stopped and was like, I don't want this. I don't want to go back to working a real job. I'm having too much of a good time making content and doing all these things. And don't get me wrong, I'm not making shit for money doing it. I am not profiting a lot of money, but that is why I'm trying so hard to get to YouTube partner and Twitch partner, so that I can profit a little bit more, just so I can live as a person. But I know that this is what I want to keep doing. I didn't want to go back and work in a corporate job. And that's kind of when I reached back out to 5'9", because they had reached out to me in early January, and at first I turned them down, but then I reached back out to ask if the offer still stand to work for them, and they said yes. And so like I said, I'm not raking in a bunch of money with my Twitch affiliate status and my 200 some YouTube subscriptions, but it's growing, and that's what I want. And I've been grinding for 6 months trying to get to this point, and now things are finally starting to fall into place. And it's really just been learning, like trial by fire, learning what works well in the algorithm, what people like to watch, kind of stuff like that. It's all been a learning process, and I've been, I don't want to say lucky enough, because getting fired sucks, but I've been fortunate enough that I have all day to work on stuff. And that's another thing, is I did not know how to use Premiere in January, so if you look at my old videos compared to now, there's a stark difference between what I've learned on just how to edit videos. That was also a learning curve, was just learning how to use programming to edit videos, because I didn't know before, and now I've had people asking me like, oh, who's your editor? And while I do have an editor that edits videos for me once a month, oftentimes people are asking about my shorts, TikToks and stuff, and I'm the one that edits all of those. If you're looking into being a full-time content creator, I'm gonna be real with you, 80% of your life is just gonna be editing videos. That's what it is. Until you can afford an editor to do stuff full-time, which is what I want to do ideally, is I have that editor that works for me once a month. I would like for them to do my videos every week. I can't afford it right now. But once I get to the point, that is the goal, is to have someone edit my videos for me, and then I can focus a little bit more on doing like specific Twitch content and streaming for longer periods of time, because all of my free time right now now is just spent editing videos. All I do is edit videos. Like, that is my life. So if you're looking into doing more full-time content, I would say learn how to use a video editing program. YouTube's got some great tutorials. You don't have to go take a class on it if you don't want to. If you have the option though, if you're in school, high school or college or any form of education, and you have the opportunity to go learn how to use Adobe products, I would say it's worth it if this is something that you want to keep pursuing, because it's just nice to know how to use the basics. I took classes on Photoshop and Illustrator. Having some kind of Adobe background was probably a little bit easier for me to learn how to use Premiere. Learning how to use the technology and just learning how to use OBS better. I got a better microphone setup. I got a better ring light. I've gotten like just little things, like my audio used to suck, so like learning how to like adjust my audio and like all these other things. They're just little things that I had to like pick up and learn over time. And again, I asked people for help on like how can I improve these kinds of things. I'm hoping to upgrade to like a nice DSLR camera at some point, but again, I can't afford that right now, so we still have a little webcam. But you know, just different things that go along over time. This has kind of been the whole journey of like being a full-time content creator for the last 6 months. It's been a lot of ups and downs. Because like I said, I didn't really know what I was doing. I just kind of like went for it. When I first started streaming way back like a year ago, I remember being at work, because I also do like freelance artwork and other commission-based things. I remember sitting at work and just this little voice in the back of my head was, if I just quit, I know I could make it. Because this is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I've wanted to work independently, just doing art, doing Twitch, doing YouTube. You can go back to my old YouTube videos that I made when I was 13 on different accounts. I've had different YouTube accounts since I was a kid. This is always something that I've enjoyed doing. And I would just sit at in my little cubicle and just think to myself, if you quit, you could make it. If I just quit, I would have more time to put into doing commissions and doing all these other things, and I could make it work. And it would suck at first, but I always knew I could do it. And then I got given the opportunity of being fired to go out and do it full time and see if I really can do it. And I'm doing it, which is awesome. It's taken a long time, but I started streaming in January of not this last year, but the year before. There's a whole bunch of stuff. I also did a 24-hour subathon. That was super fun. None of this is scripted, if you can tell. It's kind of all over the place. I just wanted to sit down and like be real and like be my real self and explain everything that's gone on. My brain's kind of all over the place with like what thoughts I had of what to do when. But if you have questions, I'd love to try and help you. If I get a lot of messages, I won't be able to respond to all of them. Have fun. That is the biggest thing. Your content will be better. You'll be happier. I'll be at Anime Expo this coming weekend. Actually, when this video comes out, I will be already at Anime Expo. When this video gets posted, I will be at Anime Expo. I also plan to go to TwitchCon in the fall. The goal is to hit Twitch Partner by the end of the year, but I will hopefully hit YouTube Partner by the end of the year. I want to hit Twitch Partner by TwitchCon. I don't know if that'll happen because my YouTube is what I'm pouring a lot of energy into right now. So that's the goal, is to hit both of those by the end of the year. If you've watched this whole thing, thank you so much. Please support me on all of my channels. I am the Anime Athlete on everything. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok is exactly the same handle, just the Anime Athlete. Oh, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It's free, and it really helps me out a ton. If you want to hop on over to the Twitch channel, I stream pretty much every day, twitch.tv/theanimeathlete. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good rest of your night.